Hi there, Steve Barnes here, just checking in, trying to do that as often as possible. Looking forward to the weekend. And what I wanted to say to you or ask you is, how's your week been? I think that at the end of every week, it's a good idea to kind of look back and see whether or not you had fun, see whether or not you connected with the people that you love, see whether or not you made steps towards your ultimate goals. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I like to ask myself, what happened in the last year? Did I move closer to my goals? What I need to do to get more on track? But I also like to do that every month, every week, at the end of every day. Ultimately, if you do that, like let's say using a journal, I use a journal like this one. Boom. Every morning, every night, I make it out and ask me questions about who I am, what I'm committed to. These are very, very useful things to do. I mean, one set of questions is, did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? So, or you could look at the three gates. Was it true? Did I speak truth today? Um, was it kind? Was I kind to people today? There are a lot of people who feel that there's no compassion, who, you never know who's hanging on by your fingernails, is the way I put it. So being kind to people whenever you have the opportunity to can be one of the greatest blessings. And it's also good for you. Quite often, the way out of your depression or you're feeling stuck is by asking who you can contribute to. I know that that's really, really important to me. So when I wake up in the morning, it's like, well, what can I do for my wife? What can I do for my son? What can I do? When I come onto Facebook, anybody who knows me knows that I spend time hanging out on Facebook, trying to see who can I help. What can I get involved in? Um, but I also get my work done. So the last thing is it useful? Did you take steps towards becoming the person that you are committed to being? You should know what the minimum steps are that you need to take. For me, my minimum steps might be writing a sentence a day, although honestly, when I'm working, my minimum steps is more like 5 pages a day. But if I actually, 5 pages would be the optimum, you know, 10 pages is pushing it. And even if I'm doing different kinds of things, I can feel that there is a limit to how many days I can do that in a row, how many weeks I could do that in a row before I started feeling overstressed. But if I know that every day I have to do at least a sentence, then I can make my life one success after another. So Bob Race says it's been a great week, and that's great. You've had some challenges and opportunities, and I love hearing that. And thanks for your positive influence. It is my great pleasure and honor. If I model excellence, I just noticed that the masters who I model, they're always doing, they're always learning, and they're always sharing. And that's what I see. They're standing right in the middle of this road. They're taking in new material, they're doing it, and they're passing it back to the people who are coming behind them. They also think more about the path itself than where they are on the path. In other words, it's like, was I on the path? Did I take steps? And the path is a little bit, like one of those slide walks. If you're going backwards on a slide walk, entropy will grind you down. It'll just steal your life if you try to stand still. You have to keep moving forward. So, did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? Did I tell the truth? Was I kind? Was I efficient and effective? Did I take a step forward? If it takes small things to move you forward. In other words, I have to do, in terms of my mental state, I need to do my morning ritual, which is Tai Chi combined with incantations, which are affirmations spoken aloud. Those things relate to the magic formula. I need a model or map. I have to take constant action. I need to feel gratitude every day. I need to have a clear intention. And I need to have confidence or courage that I can and should do this. If I do that, if I look at that every day, and I think this has been a good day. I've helped people. I've moved my life forward. I moved my own discipline forward. It's been a good week. I look at what I accomplished this week, and I had it broken down to, if I can live 52 weeks like this, I'll be much closer to my goal. I'll be increasing myself by 1% a week, which is great. That's just 50% a year. 50% a year multiplies pretty fast. If you want faster progress than that, you can aim at doing 1% a day. Now, that's tricky and it's subjective, but if you every day are paying attention to success principles like in the Bouchard stuff, I like his stuff. Partially, I like Brendan Bouchard, not because he speaks to me more than anybody else has, but because the other members of my team, which in this particular case is, my wife, my son, my business partners, they like him too. So that gives us a common language. So he has 6 principles. It's clarity, energy, urgency, productivity, honesty, or not honesty, but influence and courage. Yeah, clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, and courage. So you can look at those things. If you worked at improving those every day and also following the magic formula kind of gets you in the game. But high performance habits and things like Musashi Miyamoto's principles and other things have to do with moving you forward. So if there are a couple of models that you're following from people who you respect, people who have accomplished the things that you choose to accomplish, starting approximately from where you started, you can make that 1% per day. But if you can't do, if that's too much, if that's too much stress, then aim at 1% a week. That's it's kind of a stroll. 1% a week, but that'll get you there. That'll get you where you're going. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to share these things with you. I've got a busy weekend coming up. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to go catch a movie today. Do my meeting with my son at 2 o'clock, and then I'll get my basic work done, which will be 5 pages of translating script to text, maybe 5 pages of a script. That would be 10 pages of stuff, but it's different parts of my brain slightly, so I think I can do that, and it's kind of gearing myself up for all the work that is about to come, because there are a number of things that are happening in Hollywood right now that if I was not completely confident in my ability to handle them, I would panic. I've panicked in the past. I don't know if I've told the story about my first Twilight Zone episode, my first Outer Limits episode. They said it was the best they'd ever seen. And then when I had to try to follow up with it, I blew it. I panicked. I froze. So you have to learn how to move forward at a pace that will allow you to sustain your progress, a pace that will allow you to sustain your growth in terms of creating material, productivity, and in terms of improving performance. So both of those things at the same time. If I get slammed by Hollywood, 5 pages a day, working 6 days a week is about 300 times 5. That's 1,500 pages of raw material. That's a lot of raw material. I think that's right. And if I did 10 pages, well, that's more than anybody ever needs. So 5 pages of material a day, 6 days a week, and 5 days a week, that's about 1,200 pages a year. I'm not, the math isn't coming to me perfectly right now. But you say yourself, if I stay on this process, if I stay on this path, and I get slammed for work, would I be able to handle it? Would I be able to sit in the center of the storm? And what you do is you prepare yourself for that, because if you're not prepared for success, then you will actually risk sabotaging your own success because you're afraid of what might happen. You're afraid that you'll finally get the opportunity for your dream and you're going to blow it. And so then you'll be ashamed and you'll feel guilty and you'll feel silly. So maybe it'd be better just to never get that opportunity. So you sabotage, sabotage, sabotage. For me, I'm looking at the fact that there's a very good chance that what is about to happen in my life is exactly what I've been aiming for decades. Decades. You understand what I'm saying? That this is the moment that I've been preparing myself for. If that is true, then I need to be sure that I'm at my best. I need to be sure that my team is at their best. I need to be sure that if I just kind of keep strolling in this direction, 5 pages a day is a stroll for me. But that's 5 pages a day of creating script. That's not counting how much rewrite time it's going to take. So if I aim at 5 pages a day, if I've been pushing myself to do 10 pages a day, then 5 pages of original material plus rewriting is about the same amount of psychological stress. And so if I understand that that's the stress, then how do I have to center myself so that stress does not become strain? So that's the whole thing. That's all I kind of wanted to say right now today. And said Mo Barnes said, thank you for your knowledge. Hi, Mo. You got your LLC this week. Push that 1%. Good man. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. And thank me for my work on Fusion. I really enjoyed Fusion. And it was a 5-part, I think, comic book, graphic novel. And I intend to do more of that right now. I've got a graphic novel I've got 2 graphic novels coming out this year. And so this is a time where I want to be as fertile as possible, but also have fun. I mean, a lot of fun. Why do it if you're not going to have fun? I'm aware of the errors I made in the past. I'm aware that when I let fear or ego or other things stand between me and my success, I'm not voluntarily going down that road again. So the question of what road should I follow? Well, I've got better allies than I've ever had before. I know more than I've ever known. My energy and clarity seem good. I like my energy. I can't push my body the way I used to, 30 years ago, but I don't need to accomplish the same thing. So, that all feels good. In terms of my family, totally in love with my wife, adore my kids. That seems to be healthy. So, all systems are go. This is going to be fun. You take care. I will talk to you. Oh, Jefferson Weekly said, thanks every so often I catch these live. Good seeing you. It's good seeing you too. And Jesseville, oh, Huskinen, I'm sorry if, Heiskinen, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. It's great to see you guys too. Take care. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye bye.